Boeing predicts the world needs around 44,000 new airplanes by 2050. It's a stunning vision of global growth. But coming from a company in crisis, is this forecast realistic, or a fantasy doomed by Boeing's own production nightmare? Every year, aviation giants Boeing and Airbus forecast the next 2 decades. Boeing's latest outlook calls for nearly 44,000 new jets by 2044, which would cause the world's fleet to nearly double. So where is this massive demand coming from? The logic is solid. First, passenger traffic is set to explode, especially in emerging markets in Asia, creating millions of first-time flyers. Second, about half of these new planes are just to replace aging, fuel-guzzling jets with greener, more efficient models. And finally, our online shopping addiction means the global cargo fleet needs a massive expansion just to keep up. When you add it all together, that 44,000 number starts to look less like a daydream and more like a simple calculation. But a forecast isn't a promise. To understand the challenge, you can't look at Boeing's future. You have to look at its present crisis. After a door plug blew off a brand new Alaska Airlines 737 MAX in January 2024, the FAA slammed the brakes on production. An FAA audit found multiple cases where Boeing failed to follow its own quality control rules, pointing to a culture that put speed ahead of safety. As a result, Boeing's 737 production is capped at just 38 planes a month, a ceiling the company is struggling to even hit. Let's do some quick math. To build its share of 44,000 planes over 20 years, Boeing needs to deliver over 1,000 planes every single year. That's nearly double its recent output. The FAA has made it crystal clear. That production cap isn't going anywhere until Boeing systemically fixes its quality problems. This isn't just a Boeing problem. The crisis reaches deep into its supply network, like fuselage builder Spirit AeroSystems. Fixing these issues will be a long, slow grind. Even if Boeing fixed its internal problems overnight, it would hit another wall: the global supply chain. The entire aerospace industry is fighting disruptions. Both Boeing and its rival Airbus are struggling to get enough parts, from engines to specialized fasteners. A shortage of one tiny component can halt a multi-billion-dollar assembly line. The problem is also people. There's a critical shortage of skilled machinists, engineers, and inspectors across the industry. This bottleneck is the main reason why, despite record-breaking order books, delivery numbers are stuck in low gear. Boeing's current backlog of over 6,500 aircraft would take more than a decade to clear at its current pace. It's a symptom of an industry that simply cannot build planes fast enough. The challenges are huge, from fixing the culture at home to dealing with a strained global supply chain. What do you think is the single biggest hurdle standing in Boeing's way? Let us know in the comments below. Outside the factory, the world is even more uncertain. Boeing's forecast is built on stable global growth, but stability can be an illusion. The most immediate threat is the competition. Airbus has decisively pulled ahead, holding a dominant market share and delivering far more planes while Boeing is stuck under its production cap. And there's a new player, China's state-owned COMAC. Its C919 jet directly competes with the 737 MAX, and with Beijing nudging local airlines to buy local, COMAC could swallow a huge piece of the Chinese market, a market Boeing is banking on heavily. Then there are the black swans, unpredictable global shocks like pandemics, geopolitical conflicts, or economic recessions that can kill travel demand overnight. Boeing's 20-year forecast is a neat line on a graph, but the real world is a chaotic scribble. So will Boeing really build its share of 44,000 new planes? The demand is undeniably real. A growing world with a desire to connect, trade, and explore will require a massive number of new airplanes. In that sense, Boeing's forecast reflects human ambition. However, that forecast assumes a perfect world. Boeing lives in the real one, where it must first fix its own broken culture under the glare of regulators, navigate a fragile supply chain, and fend off ferocious competition. The ambition is there, but whether it can survive contact with reality remains the biggest question in aviation today.